Okay, project versus last round save. Now, I feel like I've been casting last round save almost every single time they've had their new roster here, and let me tell you, Bemi, it gets scarier and scarier every single rendition I see of it going forwards.
Oh yeah.
Aqua, scary on the Phoenix. Karazix, scary on the Killjoy. Everyone's scary in their respective roles.
You know what's even scarier is that literally they have this weird thing that every team that plays and lose against them disbands afterwards. Like,
Oh
no
no.
joke. I I ran an invitational for Vite Ramen one time, and they were one of the teams that were playing in their first generation of their Valorant roster. And let me
The
tell you,
Viper
three,
generation.
yeah, the three of those teams that they played against disbanded afterwards. One of them being Elevate Generation One. So just saying. Anyways, gotta be careful about them. They are dangerous in many other capacities. But let's get into this LRS versus Project. I am still learning about this. Surprise, we're on Ascent. I don't want to talk about Ascent. I'm done talking about Ascent here, Keg. We're done here. We know what happens. You're in mid. You got some frenzies. You're gonna do something Killjoy. Oh, look at that. There's no Killjoy for the other team. It's going to be a Cypher. Wow.
It'll be interesting to see how the dynamic is between a Cypher on defense and a Killjoy on attack too, but it's less prevalent to see their gadgetry really be a crux or dictate how a round goes. It could be starting off on the pistols again, and one thing we saw in the last matchup that we had on Ascent was that a lot of teams are really warming up, especially on pistols, to attacking through tree onto A site. I'm really glad that we're seeing much more of a mid presence here, and Aqua is no exception here. He's pushing up, he's being extra audacious right now. He's going through, pop flashing his way into CT, and they might be trying to go through Heaven and Tree and A through a much different means.
Well, Whoa! Tries to go for the right click, but not to be the case. However, the Rooster Squad are coming in to help the project going. And this is going to be pretty much a back and forth. The plant will potentially happen. No, actually, 50 seconds, you might try to run away. A little bit of anticipation just punished them right there, and they will be able to get the pistol right there. Nicely done from Roosters, catching a lot of hesitation and ambitious plays that unfortunately did not work out entirely.
It makes me wonder, Bemi, if we're going to see the ambitious plays like that from Aqua on LRS's side, but instead of going to A site, they might have a better time going to B. It's a little bit more contagious, or congested if you will. It's a little bit more of a narrow area, and I think they can really catch Project off guard.
We'll see. I mean, they're going to go for the full save, which I respect, and I like that a lot. I haven't seen that in a little while. So at the end of the day, not really much to talk about unless they actually do win out this round crazily. They probably have some util up their sleeve and whatnot. But I think they just take the guns, make it expensive, get a plant for the plant bonus, and then just go from there. They are going to learn that they're all right there, and Tim is going to have to run away. He gets one, but able to get two. Back in trade.
Holy moly!
It's just gonna give them the old boot, and they are going to just be written. And that's all there was to write about that. I gotta say, it's pretty funny when you see you see the drone go out, and they're literally just right around the corner.
You call that the old boot? I call that the old boot. I mean, good lord, a 4K just mowing people down on B main. It's a struggle.
Well, it was pistols, so whatever.
That's true, but now 2 rounds in a row, we're already, even on lower economy, lower weaponry, Project are showing kind of a dominant force right now, but historically speaking, this is usually a round that the opposing team can normally win. A full bot, other team trying to bonus right now. If they can win this Project, they're going to look fantastic, but this is last round save point to put a round on the board.
Yes, and I think the big goal here is for Project not to win the round, but to make it as expensive as you can. This entry fee into winning this round will cost you 3 rifles, LRS. So let's see what you can do. The last round they saved. Can last round save the day? There was something there. There was really something there. I tried
the
so
tongue
hard.
twister.
Yeah, we got to put that in the tongue twister chat in our casters chat. That's
last round
save,
sell
last
seashells.
Yeah, by
the seashore.
how much? But then how could woodchuck would.
Well, we can see how much they'll chuck in a second. If Ban wants to push on by right here, hiding this angle a little bit more. Look how unsuspicious it seems between all these different teams. It's a bit of a distraction right now. I think the audio cues, I don't think they're walking around on the other side of Ban, but if he pushes up at all, it's happening two at once. They're trying to go in for a pinch right on Tree. Bears is able to find Ban, but even then, it's going to be the opening pick. Everyone's shrouded out in darkness. The spike just going on by very quickly, but Trisk has to just turn a corner. The plant's already going down. He's in a prime spot to maybe go in for a flank. The door hasn't closed just yet. And there you go. A headshot takes down Aqua. But now these defenders from the top of heaven need to go down and find the rest of the gremlins that made their way onto the site. Corsonics, though, with a revenge flank, trying to take out Trisk from Catwalk side. Team might be able to find another one. Positioning's looking great. Corsonics still coming in through trees. It's having to rely on the open to drop. The bodies are falling at once. The Glyph is still hiding in hell. He's able to find another one. The spike is still detonating away. The positioning overall for this one defender having to push up, but he has to look at two different angles at once. It's just too much. And Glyph is able to find a double kill.
I feel like I cast a curse that. I said it was going to cost them 3 rifles to win that round, and it certainly did. Managed to keep 2 alive in the post-plant position. Nicely done from them. Exactly what should have happened with the rifle advantage. Though, wonderful work from Project, I gotta say. Really just smart of them to be able to just take these rifles, and I think you can't complain too much. They are going to go into their own buy round. We're able to bonus for quite a few times, and now they are at a weapon, all pretty much an armor and gun advantage, just given the fact that they gave up 1 round to just still keep the momentum going in some aspect. I think it's honestly
oh
can't
my
complain.
God.
Oh my gosh, that's well, there's momentum right there.
Oh, I mean, it was kind of a predictable shot. No one ever just goes for a quick peek and then
Are you
just
kidding
leaves
me?
it at that. No,
Look,
hey, hold
man.
on. That was still a really, really nice shot.
Yeah,
Don't
you
get
gotta,
me wrong.
dude. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've seen so many whiff shoulder shots, but like, that was clean. That was really good.
That was
And the fact
unbelievable.
that the smoke that was just about to come out was even doubly impressive. There was a very small window.
Oh man, but let's see if that magic can keep on going though. Are they able to keep the tides turning? The big crux of the intel coming out from LRS's side is already completely gone. Last round save, they still have the Killjoy under their belt. There's no potential for run it back just yet, so that intel, it doesn't quite exist. It's coming up the project now. They have that man advantage, and they're going to be taking things slow. They don't want to aggress, push up, and lose their advantage. Last round save, they kind of have to go across the entire world, and there's not a whole lot of action happening in the last 30 seconds.
Certainly making good use of their time, LRS, as they don't want to have another incident with what happened with Trisk, but unfortunately not to be the case. Fan will be able to find another one, and this is just sort of going to fall apart for them very, very quickly. I don't even think they got the ability of the plant. It's at B main still, and they're just trying to survive with a couple of seconds left. They're just going to try to take the op out of the hands, and they will do so potentially. I don't think anybody's going to be able to grab that. Yeah, it's quite the messy round. They get the op out of the hands, but oh my goodness, LRS, they're still going to be falling behind just a little bit.
You have to make sure the band cannot get the op again. That was a scary place to be in, Bemi, and I don't think I'd want to return there.
I don't want it either. Maybe as a caster, I would be fine with that because it was pretty fun to watch. But as a player, no, I wouldn't want that. Unless they were on my team. Then ergo, yes. But to talk about what you're talking about, yes, I agree. I don't want to be in that position if I'm up against Ban. That is really scary stuff. But now it's even scarier because just economically, they're not doing too well. It certainly made it expensive for Project, but still, they gotta go in with this. And there we go. When in doubt, rush the A side. I like this a lot. Door will be shot down, but this does allow time for the post-plant position.
Mike's gonna go into the ground, knifing the door open, trying to spray with the stingers. Isn't gonna quite work out for Aqua, but that's okay. They have the positioning on the site. It's gonna rely on the rest of Project to move their way onto heaven. Some will be still in trees waiting for the push-up, but the Molly's gonna go down to stall anyone from going there anyways. Looking now, Yoshi, knives in hand, blinded out completely. Gonna be able to stay alive just a little bit longer, but these defenders, they're trying to push on up. They're able to find a lot of kills on the feed, but even then, there's only one solo. He's gonna fall as well. Double kill comes out, and a proud defuse.
Really good try from LRS. It was a save after all, so now they did what they could. They took some guns out of the hand, but I mean, one of those people that went down was banned, and oh well, all right, a few hundred credits out of the way of an off. I honestly would have expected them to glass cannon with just how much momentum they were able to get out of that off, but not going to be able to see that today. That's fine. We're going to just see some good old buys of rifles and whatnot coming in. Trisk not going to be able to get. Well, they will be able to get the rifle. Wasn't able to read the economy correctly. Apologies for that, but going into this, they still have a lot to come back from. Project is feeling themselves right now. You got some Rooster vibes going in and aggression all the same. Their attack has been stunning here.
Yeah, their attack has been stunning, but they aren't putting the rounds on the board. The defense for Project, they have 4 ults on the board. They can do fundamentally whatever they want this round. They can play as aggressive or as slow as they want, but if you're that Hunter's Fury owner, the Sova on Project side, you might want to save that little ultimate for when the plant goes down. But there's a double Hunter's Fury on both sides as well. It could be electro battle going between the two teams. Notice the rotates now. Going all the way across to the other side of the site, it's going to be the Killjoy already having a good stranglehold on the B main, but no one's pushing up just yet. In fact, the rotates have already made their way on A, expecting that to be the place of location, but it's only a Cypher not too far away. The lockdown's going to go underway though. Going to be a great start here, but no one's pushing up just yet. All these attackers are able to just get onto the site for free, but they're unable to do so just yet. Boone could be in a great spot to get so many different kills. He's going to go for the pre-fires. He's able to detect one. That's going to be the spike going down. This gives time for the defenders to move on up. Are they going to make sure it works to their advantage? The answer seems to be a solid maybe. The spike's going to go into the ground, able to get their positioning set once again. Although it looks great for last round save, they are still down 2 different bodies. Hunter's Fury's going down from LRS's side as well. It's a blind fire, going to where the defenders usually push, but there's nothing to connect. Recon bolts are going to go down. Shock darts are going to connect as well. And the back and forth on the feed. Will that be enough? Project made their way onto the sites. They broke into the defenses. Yoshi, though, hiding around the green box, is able to find 2. Can he turn that into 3? No, he's not. Project, another defuse.
Plenty of time to spare as well. Really good try, though, from last round saves Jet. Really, again, trade's been very good, and I do appreciate the commitment. I think that right now, just the plan is for LRS, it seems like a lot of time, is just it either works or it doesn't. And honestly, it hasn't been working out, unfortunately, for them a lot of the time, but I do respect the play that they're doing. But Project, they're just on fire right now. A lot of good reads and a lot of good information. That's given up to the double sentinel setup on defense. It's just so strong. Gets so much information right off the bat that they are able to run away with this momentum. So I think, honestly, LRS, we'll see how they do with attack. If they can make this an 8-4 half, I think they would be happy with that. I think the defense is going to be a lot more of what we want to pay attention to for both sides and see how they work out. The attack is going to be very difficult.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, it's pistol, so they do what they can.
That's true. It's an economic round now. These bodies falling away already. You have to play with your teammates on an economic round to even have a chance. See, Karanzik, though, is going to prove me wrong. He's able to find one across the entirety in the catwalk, keeping down the Omen. But even then, a lack of smoke doesn't really make too much easier. He's quick draw McGraw, though. These sheriffs working really well for the Killjoy, but not so much for the rest of the team. It's going to be Vandals, though, going up against pistols, and that's working pretty effectively. And now you're only left now with a Phantom in your hand. You have a lot of homework and a lot of make-up work to do in order to make up for this Phantom to be acquired, but not even a single kill is going to go underway.
Quick draw McGraw? Is this really the reference that we're going for here?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody knows that in the chat.
You've never watched Boomerang?
What? I mean, I'm sure yeah, I watched it. You know, there's El Kabong and all that, but I mean, I'm just saying, you know, it's just like that was one of the more obscure ones, I would say. I like it though. I respect it. I'm just like feeling like, was he actually fast? I don't think he was that fast.
I don't think he was. I think he was super slow.
Yeah, I think his
He
assist.
was a horse. Horses can't use guns.
It's true. So he was very slow in that regard. In reality, he shouldn't have been able to do a lot of things that he shouldn't have been able to. But let's talk about reality here, as we're in.
That sounds like Project.
Yeah, reality is this Project is probably going to have a positive half. There's a buy round going in for LRS. However, they're being a lot more slower than they usually are. They usually rush onto a site, though now playing mid and looking for picks potentially. Still looks like A. Though split up, big tree, A main, just doing what they can. Gets a tag, knows where Tem is. That's pretty nice info. Knows where the Sentinel's going. Wonder if they're going to push up on that. If they could, if Bandon just take out one and trips the other, they're still going to push on through. But again, it's sort of one by one. They're kind of just going through this meat grinder, not really pushing on in together. They'll just get mowed down Mario Kart style.
A giant banana peel in the way. It seems a flawless round coming up from Project's side. The mollies, though, that we saw Karantix bring out at the very end there against both the duelists on Jenny, I thought that was really cool. That could have led to something huge, but it just kind of fizzled out.
It did. I like the switch up in playstyle, but they should have really pushed in together, and it felt like LRS was going in one by one. Yes, they were pushing in as a group, but the peaks weren't going in together, and that makes it difficult to trade. So as we move on with another save of sheriffs and whatnot, I think we can honestly kind of write this half out and just go like, LRS, if you can make it a 9-3 at the very least, I think you would be happy with that, because the defense could be a lot more kinder to you, it seems.
Yeah, we're going back to another economy round, and what's interesting is that Yoshi's going for the full buy here. It's interesting. Yeah, see, gonna save a little bit more economy. I don't think the full buy sheriff would have been the play.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either, but at this point, you're kind of just doing what you can, seeing what you can make out of this half. It's just so tough, Keg.
It really is, Bemi. I mean, you know, trying to put on your strategy hat for a second, it's like you're bouncing back and forth between all these different economies on LRS's side. This is not a position they're normally in. This is the first game I'll ever cast of last round save where they not only have a disadvantage this hard, this is the first time they have a really true prospect of losing.
Well, everyone has their off days, but yes, it is very significant, I would say, just because they are a little bit of a dark horse, as some people just kind of underestimate them because their team Twitter just happens to have not that many followers, but in reality, it's not the followers that get it done, it's the actual action and the commitment and TLC that they give to the team, and they certainly give a lot of love to this team, so you gotta give up to LRS. Right now, though, give it up to Project. They're still looking like they're on fire, though that being said, post plant and player advantage is now at LRS, and it seems like they are finally waking up and smelling the coffee. Looks like this could be one that could go in their way, just depends on if they are able to do so. Of course, Sonics in a post-plant situation as the Killjoy can make things scary, and now a drone as well reveals that there's two B main and one from defense side, which allows them to kind of pinpoint where they need to go. So one cap, if they can find it, they get a lot of tag onto the damage, which is nice. There we go, a little bit back and forth, the shotgun as well. This is looking very good for them. Not much time left and not much health either for the side of Project. You're able to get a couple, but is there enough time to defuse, I wonder? I'm going to start falling back. It's just one left, but not enough time. And there we go.
Wow.
LRS going to be able to get another round.
Huh? Benny, look at the stakes of what just happened that round. Not only was it an economic round, we as casters went into that with, frankly, really negative emotions. Last round save has not been doing well in this first half. They were stuck with sheriffs. They pushed their way in. They even had the opening pick up against them. And yet, even throughout all that, they pushed their way to B, got the spike into the ground, and held their ground for so long that they had to sacrifice themselves to win the round here. They have 2 on the board. They have to win the next 3 the same exact way flawlessly if they want to have a chance in the second half. But Ban, that same exact opt out again. This was a devastating round last time, but Ban can't even find one. It's the revenge kill. Bear gets it back.
A true anime arc. Top 10 anime redemptions is Bears coming back and getting banned. And that's the op gone, unless somebody wants to try to fill some pretty big shoes. Very, very big shoes right now, though. Is going to be a lot more lax at the moment. Though, that being said, A main is probably going to be where a lot of the sweaty action is going to be happening, as Boltsy, they're going to prepare themselves. They hear the drone. They are going to be revealed. They won't even find one. there is still quite a lot of people tagged up in LRS, but they are going to commit to it.
Double kill?
They don't. I mean, almost. The lockdown will be nice as they don't have a Hunter's Fury to deal with and player advantage, but Triss able to find one and disengage. Beautifully done over here. So I might get detained, and I think they did. Yeah, they did. They got caught in just the tail end of it, and now they're stuck in tree, but they will be able to do so. Stay alive, and Trisk is gonna just lock it down. I don't think LRS is gonna be able to win this round, but they certainly made it as close as possible. Nicely done. But yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's a
Project
really tough
still keeping
call.
it.
That was a tough call at the very end there, Bemmy, because you would think maybe with one detain going through, it's not hard to triangulate maybe where that detainee could be. The Reyna could have minimized herself inside of a small corner. The Sova could have missed it, sure. But I really think going for that Reyna kill would have been the way for them to win the round.
I feel like maybe even a rotate arguably would have been nice. Just
Yeah.
use the lockdown as a little bit of a bait. We've seen, you know, that's one of the ways that you can use it is just sort of drop the lockdown, let them focus on that. Oh my
Ban!
gosh, Ban is just so good at these opening picks. They get traded, which is like nice, but at the end of the day, when you trade as attack, you don't feel as good as you are on defense because you still have a lot of ground to cover.
Oh, Karazix is playing a dangerous game. Those have dangerous prizes. Come on, man. Go for it again. No, no. Ban and Karazix don't want to challenge that at all. But Bood wants to play these aim duels, and it's going to be an Ares versus a Phantom here. And that's kind of a hard argument to say who's going to come out on top. Well, if it's by surprise, it's going to be the Phantom. He's able to find one, but he tries to run away. He gets caught off guard. His heel shot out. But Ban doesn't want to give up yet. That's going to be the aim. The running back still able to stay alive a little bit longer. Get a lot of intel by all means. I think he spotted just everybody left alive on Project's side. The plan almost gone flawlessly on B side. Gonna be going down again. LRS have so many options for them to try to bring this back from the depths of the great beyond. But even then, Trisk, great positioning. Gonna all push up in the same exact area. Hunter's Fury coming down. Gonna be caught by surprise. One falls. Ban's able to find them. But even then, headshots galore. Yoshi's with a double kill. One last alive on the defense. He has to bring it back. Is he able to? He has to hide and dodge and weave all around so many different corners, but caught off guard. The triple from Yoshi.
Beautiful shots from Yoshi, and again, as much as I love seeing, you know, Project opening frags, they just afterward just don't really work out. The off just feels like it's an awkward positioning, but still, again, great job. Momentum is still very much in the favor for Project as they will close out potentially with an 8-4 half. LRS, like I say, if they could end it 8-4 and move on to defense, I think they're going to be in a lot more happier position. It's an easier time to close the gap, and on top of that, it seems like they're a little more of a defense-favored team on Ascent, as I am sort of getting the vibe right now.
You may have called it correctly. I could very well see this being an 8-4, but LRS needs to put in the work right now. It's not often where people even speculate about thinking that for the team, but Fan falls and a trade coming through. That's one of the lead duelists for Project completely gone. Oh, the spike, you're completely right, Bemmy. That's going to be down as well, but look at this. It's going to be a man, it's going to be a person, same exact side for both of them. Look at the neural theft, though, from Project side. We have to see that now. It's the final round. They have to use it to their advantage. Recon bolts are going to be going through some intel. What little is left of the utility on both sides needs to go into fruition. Not a lot yet, though. 50 seconds left. Anything could happen. Krozix, though, going to be caught out guard. It's going to be the Dread that tries to come on by for anyone that tries to stall him out, but neither of which will find any luck. Yoshi, though, wants to block himself away, minimizing himself within the shrouds of the smoke, but no, they whittle away just the same. It's going to be a 9-3 half, not quite the 8-4 we were expecting to see, but last round save have an absolute mountain to climb.
Mountain to climb, but they're now on a side that I feel like is going to reward them for the way that they want to play. A lot more a good offense is can also be a good defense, or I don't remember the phrase. I think it's like it's good defense, good whatever. Anyways, you get the point.
Easy.
It ain't easy, and they have two duelists as opposed to two sentinels. So that's gonna. Oh, actually, no, they do have two sentinels. What am I talking about? But Either way, you get the idea. It's just not gonna work out for them as much as easy as they would like. However, they do have the firepower with them, and they could potentially play aggressively, sort of cheeky peek, see if they can get opening picks, try to give Ban a taste of their own medicine. So we already see that one's going to be set up on wine. I don't know if the play is going to be for A. They are going to start pushing up on mid right now on project side. This tells me looking at potentially mid. I mean, having control of mid as an attack does allow sort of the buffet of sites for you and how you want to push it. So now it's just a matter of what they would like on their dinner plate going into this. And I'm very hungry for both food
Are we
and
all?
also plays. Yeah, you must be hungry. You did a great job today, dude.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. But I am also probably going to be thanking Project by the end of this round. Look how much they're trying to collapse onto the site here, already having some sort of presence inside a marketplace. Karantix and the Sova pretty much by themselves. The Shockguard's able to find some, but even then, they still have a whole different battle to go for. That was just an inkling of what they have to do. Now the whole letter has to write itself. One of these teams is going to come out a winner, possibly either double digits or bringing it closer and closer to a 4-point save for last round save. Either way, it's rough, but it seems like, hey, where did everybody go on B site? They're all going to A. These defenders are already prepped and ready. They're cycling around, trying to go for the flank. And look at that! A cross-range frenzy from Bears, I'm sorry, from Trisk is able to bring things home. But now, still whittling away. The spike has gone down. Cyber cages galore, trapping everybody out. These attackers stand no match. This Jet gets away, but it's going to be caught out by Yoshi instead. Only one off alive now. It's going to be up to Trisk. He's able to even out the odds, but even then, no! Karanzex brings it home. And sure, it's a pistol round, but that was one hell of a good one.
It's a big pistol round. You kidding me? Like we said, a hill to climb, and they got to start somewhere. So last round save, winning out that pistol and being able to trade was massive. I honestly can't say much about the strategies going into that, and just more so just mechanical play. Comms coming in for Corsonics and Yoshi, and it just looked overall just very clean from both, very clean from them to be able to take that. Now they're going to be able to go into this buy, a little bit of a force buy coming in also from Project, as they don't want this to get out of hand too quickly. So if they lose this force, that does mean more momentum will be able to go into LRS. So pay attention to this round, folks, because the score may just tie up a little bit here.
Project may be this far into the matchup, but they're not out of the woods just yet. They have to be very careful going forwards here. Because the side swap, this could be last round saves good side. They have to go defense on ascent. And that's generally pretty easy compared to the attack. Of course, depending on the compositions here. But speaking of easy, Ban wants to try to push on forwards and get a no-scope hip fire kill on the Stinger. But Yoshi, barely getting away with their life, is able to skedaddle out of there with only 11 HP and a dream. Yet, that's not where the plant's going to be. Again, they always try to juke everybody out. They're going to go for A side. These defenders are waiting. Look inside tree. Aqua having the prime positioning for this small little jet, but nope. Ban doesn't care.
It's a good trade, though, coming in from LRS. The plant will happen now. It means to retake is going to be a little bit hard. Still doable. They need to work especially hard to be able to get this back, as Glyph will also go down. Health is not also on their side either. Sure, Trisk is tagged, but there's still 3 full health players on the other side too. Alright, well, they get one. They will be able to walk away with it. If they can get to halfway, that also means they can play a little bit for time. But Food, I don't think it's ready. Oh no, they managed to get it. The defuse is happening. They're committing to it. They might be able to get it. They're so focused on the turret. No way!
Let's see.
Corsonics in the 2v1 with the turret.
Swarm grenade out.
What happened, man?
Corsonics may very well be the only person to bring back this from the depths. He is, I wouldn't say he's carrying the team. That wouldn't be fair to say.
Come on,
but
Yoshi.
everyone on LRS has been great, but he is the one that's sticking his fist into the ground and dragging them back from the depths. It's like that scene where the Captain America in the helicopter, he's not carrying them, but he is keeping everything together. He is the glue right now, and things might just start heating up like an air dryer to a whole piece of glue as well. If Project can step it up, but their economy is not in a great position to do that.
The lot of chemistry metaphor that is beyond my comprehension. But I get what you're
I have
saying.
never
for
passed
sure.
a chemistry class.
My teacher wasn't certified, so I didn't actually have a chemistry teacher, so it works out. I mean, yeah, it's school's weird. Either way, this game might get a little bit weirder as well if we start seeing some crazy rounds from LRS and then they just start bringing it back all of a sudden. So we'll see how that goes down, as we are going to see the shares and frenzy, but I don't think we're going to be expecting too much from this. I am fully expecting just for LRS to lock it down and get another round on the board, which is a few rounds away now from tying it up. And what do you think has been going so well for LRS apart from mechanical play, do you think? Or do you think it's just purely mechanical play?
I think there's always an idea going into the round for LRS. Are those rounds always going to work? No. We've clearly seen that it hasn't. But there's always an idea in mind. I wouldn't say they just say, screw it, and go in for a rush. They always have an idea of whether or not they want to go for a flank. Or, wide peek, duo peek, trade each other out. There's different methods like that. The issue is, on the attack, Project just was able to shut them down so hard with their defensive capabilities. The trick this time around, and we talked about this a little bit, Bemi, is the difference between a Cypher and a Killjoy. And I think having this Killjoy on the defense could be the single factor, besides it being Karanzix, to bring them back onto a 9-9 scoreline.
Would be nice. I mean, the Project, they're still in the lead, but for how long though? And for how long is this pause? I think we can't really talk too much about how early with this half is going. I think we talked about as much as we can. Yes, great plans from LRS. Sometimes they don't work, but I appreciate the commitment. Sometimes the execution is not there because they get outplayed by Project, and that just happens sometimes, as we are human beings playing video games. So
Very true.
TLDR execution really just needs to come on the up it, and you need to not rely on your improvisation of Corsonix and Yoshi. However, we're going to not talk about that anymore, and we're going to see how the shares play out. I don't think the shares are going to do too much. That being said, Project are brilliant, and Ban is also really good at shooting guns. So we'll see if these gun shootings will come into play here, as they are ready to just either take B or A. It looks like A site is going to be rushed on. They do have the spike over there, but I think they're not afraid to change. There's C3 stacked up on tree. They're ready for the push. They're also going to be aware that some are mid, are going to be able to trade for damage. Yoshi will just hang out in Cat. That's a good Cat's going to be smoked, which I really like a lot. It does allow them for aggressive peaks and core Sonic. Speaking of peaks, able to find a couple, and they're all over the place. And yeah, this is not going to work out. There's just sheriff to stinger, and these stingers are being aggressive, and I like this from LRS.
These rootin' tootin' Cowboys have found their match. Project able to find one, though it's not going to be a flawless win. However, blinded out, scared, and free-firing everything. It's going to be another round for LRS's side, and this is the beginning of a streak I think we're seeing from them. And I think on the defense, they have been able to not only win flawlessly, but a lot of this is just being able to shut down the attack before it can happen.
Early picks will do that. It seems like
Very true.
Like we saw in last Descent, when it was, I think, Pug Stars, when they got picked off first, they would just have a little more hesitation as to what they wanted to commit to, and I don't think we're seeing that as much with Project, but it's still there, and it's very apparent that sometimes they are not entirely sure what they want to do. They definitely want to take control of mid and kind of go from there, but when they don't even have the control of mid, it feels like they fall apart. So let's see what they do. They did manage to get control of mid, and they are pushed up pretty comfortably here, Ban. See if they can get anything valuable with the knives.
Band's positioning, very interesting. If anyone rotates around, he can find a quick headshot there, but Boot isn't too far away either. Double smokes allows him to entrance his way forward, but Glyph is right around the corner. Some shots went through. He's hiding away, but who is that? That's gonna be the Reyna. He's playing very stealthy, and he's able to find one. The knives come out, though. He's able to take down one of the flankers. But look at these attackers. They're trying to collapse. It's an inverted circle. Call this a Venn diagram because they're going in loops around each other. The spike's going to go down. 3 still left alive on both sides. The double jet worries me the most. The double omen even better, but the double sentinel could be the icing on the cake. One's going to fall, though. Live with the triple kill, able to bring things up. A fourth thing comes out, but it's not enough. He gets 4, but not the ace, and Project brings it to 10 points.
Still in the lead. I mean, you gotta give a pat on the back over to LRS. That was their bonus, so it's not the end of the world. However, that is an op now and potentially bans hands, and that is also not great news. So, Yoshi, they're gonna finally be able to take this op duel. See how it works. Actually, op is gonna stay in Tem's hands, it seems like. So, alright, Tem for attack op. We'll see how that works. And see what the plan is going in with that. I don't know, you know, attack's not really what you use the op with, especially on, you know, 50-50 corners on ascent. But, you know, I've seen weirder things work, so I'm not going to sort of rule it out anytime soon here, Keg.
That's right. Things are getting a lot closer now, Bemmy. Although things have looked promising for the majority of this game so far for Project, last round save has really shown up these last few rounds on this half to really give them a run for their money. Yoshi, though, has a really interesting, a unique, and a powerful sniping position, and even through the flash, he's able to make it work. Revenge shot again on the Ban, who only a few rounds ago got one on the Bears just like that. But now they have control of the site. Project's found their way there. Spikes in the ground, but what about that? Corver Sonics able to come from above, gets the double kill, clears out the site, make sure the spike is back in their possession. They want to stay in this game now. Double ult back alive for Project side. They're able to clear out the kill feed in their favor, but still not even. Only one left alive, make that 0. Aqua comes in for a double of his own. A relatively quiet game for him turns into a loud ending.
Oh my goodness. That was definitely scary. Yoshi, well, you know, you said Core Sonics has been carrying. I will say they have been popping off. You literally said they are dragging them.
Call him Travis Scott, because who put this stuff together? He's the glue. That's what I'm trying to say, Ben.
I know, but I gotta say, but to my point is that Yoshi has also been showing up in tremendous ways as well.
Yes,
you gotta give that. And Bears! All right, Bears. Bears want some attention too. All right, we're looking at you, Bears. You got your Odin. I like it. It's fun. The Molly. Oh my gosh, it's gonna get them. Poor Sonics is like, no, look at me. Pay attention to me as I get more people. As even though this is a save, they are just styling on them, and I can't ignore that. I usually don't pay attention to this stuff, but I mean, LRS is making it very fun right now.
It seems like those Mollies kind of trapped everyone on the highway, kind of like glue.
What? What are you talking? Why would you put glue on the highway?
Not. They walked into the glue. They got trapped. But Tem. Good lord. Ares killed through the other side of this wall on the B main, but he's gonna go a little too far. He bit more than he can chew. Yoshi's able to find the op shot, but everyone was surrounding him. And suddenly, again, now 10 and 8. This could be a much closer game than we anticipated, Bemmy. And I'm wondering now, I'm super curious, can this be overtime?
Hot take. It's not even gonna go OT. I think it's gonna close one way or the other. I don't think OT is actually an option at this moment. Granted, these things are super close, but I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll accept that. I'll happily be wrong because hey, more Valorant is fun. But I am gonna say that LRS is in a rhythm right now. They got a vibe, and I really like it. Drone's gonna go out. They're playing for more for information. A little bit of attack. Coming in for the shock dart, just Bears is silently popping off. They get some pretty cool darts, I gotta say, and well done on that. But we're seeing Project playing a lot more slowly each time. Yeah, they take control of mid, but they're not pushing up close to market as much as they used to like. And now LRS also taking aggressive peeks and finding the value of that ban is gone, and there's your top fragger, finitoed.
Interestingly enough, too, Ban has fallen for the majority of these last few rounds. He's the opening pick, and there's not a lot that Project can really bring out once that happens into fruition. He has been a huge leader physically in game to bring them onto the site. He is the entry. He doesn't have the flashes to do it, but he has the smokes and the jet dashes. But Tem is able to find Glyph as well. Things are shaping up again, 4v4, but not a lot of progress has really been made on either site. On the depths of A and B in certain areas, it's going to look like B might be the way to go, but Corsonix is on the other side here, hiding though on the highway. It's going to be a little too much there. Corsonix and Bears fall. The Sentinels are completely gone. It's up to your duelist to bring back the entirety of the round. Keep in mind too, it's not looking good. The plant's going to go down, seconds left, but you have to bring this back. If Project can win this round, the series might be over. They only need a few more rounds to bring it to match point. Aqua's going to try to make his way from the back. He's able to find Tem. That's another one gone, but that's only the beginning of a start. They have 2 ults on the board, neither of which have been used just yet. If they can make their way forwards, the blind out regardless. The knives in the run it back are going to come down in unison. Twins like fire and ice coming through. Lava Boy and Aqua Girl coming through, not able to find anything. Bood with a triple. He's going to find the knives, but the run it back is going to be stabbed from behind. Not quite with a knife, but with a Vandal barrel stuffed into his back.
And much like glue, it catches you from behind, and they are certainly making their way over in dominant fashion. Project slowly but surely. I mean, it's been very convincing stuff for the next couple of rounds. Sure, last round they've been able to win here or there, but every time Project's been able to get around, it's been certainly impressive, and not something to write. It's certainly something to write home about. So now, going into the, like you said, 1 round away from the match point, will they be able to start closing it up? Or will LRS be able to bring it back? They have been able to win quite a few rounds, so they can buy back into this. So, Project, they still need to be on their guard.
This is a tough call to say, Bemi. If LRS can win this next round, they still have a chance in the game. If it goes to match point now, it's over for last round save. Project are in a very peculiar position right now. Yoshi, he's not going to be able to find anything on mid. Only one that might be nearby is Ban, and Ban has fallen for this 3 rounds in a row now. Is he going to make it a 4th? He tries, but the smokes are in the way. Like nothing, like Houdini, completely gone. That's going to give them more permission to go towards tree area. The splash already all set to go, but they know exactly where he's at. The Hunter's Fury going down. He's going to get away just in time, but he's still spotted. He's going to go down instead. LRS now having a disadvantage. It's looking good for the plant to go down. Bemi, Corsonix trying to make his way go forward with his duelist powers. From up above, the Guardian of Death. It's going to be Ban able to find 2, and he's going to glide his way into victory like Icarus coming close to the sun. He is steel wings this time, no longer. Wax able to bring things forward. He's flexing on everybody, and with only 2 left alive, Yoshi's trying to hold the fort as long as humanly possible. His positioning now a little lackluster. He has to push forward. He doesn't see anybody. He has no idea on any intel. The lockdown is in play for this Killjoy, but it won't be seen.
As much glue, they'll be able to get to match point and secure it once and for all, as they now finally have a couple of rounds to say, we'll be able to buy into this barely, not with the most amount that they would like. One has to go half armor. That's going to be Corsonix, though. The good news is that they have the lockdown, and Tem just used the Hunter's Fury, so they don't have any ultimate to counteract that. So this is very realistic for last round save to bring it into overtime. That being said, though, I did say earlier, it's probably going to close out one way or the other, and it's looking like the Project will be able to do so.
Keep in mind, too, this is the best of 1. There's no second chances for last round save in the Valorant Sunday Showdown this week. They've made it this far. They're in the top 16. They have what it takes to bring it forwards all the way to the Grand Champs. But so does Project, and only one can come out alive here. Look how spread out already the attack is. Spike away from everybody else. It's going to be the Sova to pick it up. But the positioning, it's so quiet. Everyone's playing as safe as they humanly can be on LRS's side. But look at this, though. We have one special Aqua pushing up here, hiding around the corner, hidden away. The pre-fire comes through. Aqua's able to find one.
Nice.
But little does he know, Bood is not too far away either. He's able to find that as well. That's going to be a great advantage here, but they still need 4 more rounds, and they have to keep doing this time and time again. 44 seconds left now, dude. Bemi, things are looking great. The plant's gonna go down once again. I know I misspoke, but even then, look at this though. They have control. Trisk might be able to find the Omen. The flashes could be gone, but no, it's a triple peek.
Nice.
Oh, good lord. Look at this. The kill feed once again in favor of LRS. Only one left alive. It's Tem, smoked out completely. They're still going to push him through the smokes and flames. A triple kill is going to decide the fate a little bit more in the favor of LRS. The project just needs one more.
LRS, they need to win one more round in order to be able to say that they can pretty much lock this in, because right now they can buy back in Project because they've been able to string a couple of rounds together, so it's not any skin off their nose. And on top of that, they have the insurance policy of OT, so they don't even, of course they would want to finish it before it goes into OT, but at least they have the comfort knowing that it's going to be in OT if they need to finish it out. And there we go. All right, so LRS, if they win this round, they probably bring it to overtime, or damn well near close to it. They are going to know that some are aggressively peeking over to A, so I think this B push is going to be committed, as they know there's already at least 2 players from LRS on A.
This is a scary round, Bemi. It's getting scarier and scarier for both teams. This can be scary. Look at the push up here. Not a lot of intel for them to really work off of. In fact, Project might just full send it. The flashes might come down, but look at this. They are peeking with their eyes and not so much using utility at their advantage. It's getting scarier though.
It is. I can't say anything.
It's horrifying.
I can't say.
It's okay. I'll hold you. I got you. I got you. Stay with me, Bemi. Stay with me. Look at this. 48 seconds left. Things are getting crazy. The core Sonics is able to find one. They're melting away. Project only having 2 left alive. They have to do something now. They have to get onto the site. Spike's still not in the ground. They can win with just gunfights. Core Sonics falls. It's only down to 1. The Reina falls. And now both teams are in double digits.
Is it over? My odds are covered.
It is over, Bemi. It's a little bit over. We still may have a few more rounds at this rate.
That's true. All right. Well, good news for LRS fans. Unfortunate for Project fans. Bad news for you folks, unfortunately. As, now that they have to... If this buy is going to be a little risky, they will be able to buy into the next round, per se. But maybe not at the level that they would like to. We'll see. They're keeping it relatively between 15 to 2,500, so that is still something to talk about. They actually get Aqua. The Phantom is in the hands. Okay, we got stuff to talk about. The A rush is not liking a lot. They got the tag also onto the Jet, and now is looking pretty scary. Yoshi's going to be able to find maybe 1, potentially 2, but this is already going to be a lockdown site. 4v4, realistic. Oh no, Palsy! They get them, and that's going to be a player advantage. This could be all they wrote here. LRS needs to win this out, and they just got tagged by a pretty gnarly shock dart. They're able to find 1, but they're getting traded out, and this is not what you want if you're LRS. Maybe it's good news if you're on the side of Project. We'll see how it goes, though. They need to at least get it halfway, so that way they can be ready for any trades. Food finds Bears. Corsonics able to find the last one. They see the last one's in heaven, but they got to commit, otherwise they need to get it halfway at the very least. They're committing to it. Oh my gosh, are they gonna be able to get it? No! It's, oh wait, they did! Oh my gosh!
What?
They got it! They got it!
Holy crap! Okay, all right. I mean, again, we've seen a situation like this much earlier in the game, like round 2 or 3, where we saw a very close defuse come underway. But this time around, the defuse worked. Before on generator, it was on A side 2. Ban tried to go for that defuse, but it wasn't able to work out. He was off by milliseconds, and now that same energy transcended through space and time, it feels, to go onto the other side now. This is the deciding round of whether or not we continue on into this matchup, or Project moves on out of top 16.
Will it be a dinner or a late dinner for Keg? One way to find out, as we see Yoshi gets the first pick. Run it back. Try to fight something, and they will. Already the molly's out. is going to be also the defender lockdown. Boo is stuck in a rock and a hard place as they are just going to try to maybe find something as the smoke will dissipate at one point or the other. Might be able to find Yoshi, but Bang will be able to do that as they push through Market aggressively, and this is looking good for them. Still able to find him. Glyph might be able to pop off, though. Gets two. That's the spike right there. They've noticed there's one in Market. They're going to TP over into main, and I don't think they noticed. Ban is going to see it. They missed the shot. So now it's Glyph coming down. They're waiting for their friend to come back, and now it's 2 in main versus 2 at boat. Will they be able to get it? They know that they're both there. The flash is going to come out really nicely onto Ban, but they're going to be able to follow up on it. Awkward. Oh, no, it is. There it is. Brood is able to find it, gets the 2. Unfortunately, just caught off by the reload, and Project barely scrapes by to get over into top 8.
What a rough game for both teams here. Project have been looking better throughout it, most consistently came out on top over last round save. This is one of the times, and maybe I'm a little biased here, where we don't really see last round save lose too often. Project has shown utter dominance so far in the VCS this weekend for good reason. There hasn't really been a time, except for the last few of those rounds between LRS, where it seems like they have felt challenged. And Bemi, this is getting crazy now. We have to see if they can continue on the same exact force going forwards, or if that's the end of the road for them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you keep the momentum going, but maybe they will be able to. There is so much. I honestly want to give Ban the MVP. I know we go off statistics, so Boo definitely showed up there a lot of the time, but gotta give credit to Ban. Just so many opening picks coming in from them and coming in. But really, everybody was an MVP in that match. That was really fun to watch.
It was a beautiful matchup from both teams, and they both came out so fantastically at the very end here. Last round save, we're going to have to wait and see what they can do next week. Can they bring it back again, or are they going to fall for the same top 16 trap that seems to have started to plague them? Can Project make it all the way to number 1? Can they beat the champions, or even make it to the championships? Well, we're going to find out all together, though. I'll be watching on the sidelines. Bammy, you're going to be taking the reins from here. We're going to be going to a small break, though, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Give credit to Keg though, real quick. This man just gave you 5 amazing matches and probably more to come. So just make sure to give some applause and hypes in chat. Pog champs from a friend over here, but good job. But yes, we'll be back in